all the wolves, and he was individual and he was treated not good. And if he would have been in society, he would have been treated better than how he was treated. I think that's my belief.
Who are you talking about, Jack London or Buck?
Buck.
Okay.
Buck was individual.
Okay, just give a mic to Andy, and then we'll just go around like this. Andy, Okay, go ahead. What do you think, Andy? What are you thinking? An example of the individual versus society.
What's your question?
What is an example of individual versus society in Jack London's novel, The Call of the Wild? Where are the instances in the book that you have a person or a dog versus the group, or a person against the group? And what is easier, to be individual, or is it easier to be with a group? What do you think? Just your thinking. Who was individual in this novel?
I don't think you understand your questions.
Okay, give the mic to Abdi. What are you thinking?
I think individual was this guy, Spitz.
Okay.
Because he wanted to be the leader every time, but Buck wanted to be the leader because of this guy wanted to lead the other dogs, and Spitz wanted to just stay alone and be the leader all by himself, and
okay,
he didn't want to. He was selfish.
Okay.
And he was. Buck wanted to lead because he was. He thought Spitz was a bit not quite a leader. He was just a bully.
Which is a difference between how the society would treat you anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Okay, so the civil disobedience theme. So if we talk about individual society, because in society, like we go to school and we say, follow the rules, listen to your teacher. So what are some examples of the Buck being disobedient? Can you just give it to them? And why? Why is he disobedient? When was the first time he didn't want to follow the rule?
He jumped up to a person,
To a man?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the story?
He tried to fight with him.
And then what happened?
He got beat up.
Okay. So, when is the next time he is disobedient? And what is the significance of that?
Is it when Spitz took his slip place, like in the snow?
Okay.
And then he wanted to fight with Spitz, but he didn't. But then the next time, after the rabbit chase, since that one.
Yeah. So that would be individual versus individual, all right? Spitz versus Buck. So what happened after Spitz had died? Was he disobedient? Give it to her. So.
No, he
Wasn't?
He wasn't.
He was. Tell me how. Give it to her. Just.
I
That's what I'm talking about.
he
Okay.
was with like 3 people, like Hal, Charles,
Okay.
and Mercedes, because like he didn't want to go with them because like they were kind of like crazy people, like they beat every dog, and they do not care them because like they were new in there. So I think he was disobedient there because he wanted to survive long.
Did he want to survive? Did he really care about his life, or did he care about the life of his team? What do you think, Caroline?
Both, I think, because, like, yeah, but, like, the people, the owner was, like, really mean, and, like, they didn't get out of that, so I think they took other dogs, but, like, some certain kid.
So it was okay to be disobedient at that time?
Yeah,
Why?
I think.
Why was okay?
Because, like, I think, like, this, like, he being disobedient because he wanted to survive long, so, like, he could help other people and other dogs.
Okay. Can you give back that to her? So there's another instance when he is disobedient. Actually, kind of a first time disobedient to a nice owner. So when Spitz had died, and they wanted to go on a journey, keep on going on a journey, and he was put back into his place in a dog sled, in a, what happens there?
He was he wanted to be a lead of the team, but he was put back to the back of the sled and he had to follow Dave, and that was in his opinion might be that was not fair to him. So when they called him to pull the sled, he moved backward. He didn't go forward to move to forward on the sled.
Okay, so now I have a question for you. That's definitely an example of civil disobedience. I'm telling you something to do, I'm your owner, or I'm your teacher, I'm telling you something to do, and you said I don't want to do it. And he was doing this respectfully. Remember how he kind of backed up, but he didn't want to move? So do you agree with him? With Buck? Do you agree, do you say he has a whole right to be disobedient? Or not?
I will say he was disobedience, but there is no for me like he was disobedience at the time, but he had something like in his mind from very before, like when the who was it? I forgot the name. That he whipped, like he did like this to hit the buck, and he just reminds something and.
Yeah, the man in red sweater? Perrault?
No.
Francois?
No, Francois, I guess when he tried to, when the buck moved backward, he didn't want it to go to the sled.
Does he have the right to be disobedient? That's
no,
what
he
I'm talking
doesn't
about.
have the right
Because
to be
we're talking individual versus society. Do we always have to follow the society rules?
No, but.
But what? So you are not agreeing, so Buck should not be taking the first place.
Oh yes, so he should be taking the first place.
Why?
That is
because
not
he
fair.
was disobedient. The only reason he got that first lead because he was disobedient. He was revolting. Revolution, term revolution. Basically, that's what he was doing. I mean, there was no blood around in revolution of a buck, but he was disobedient because he said, "Guess what? I should be the first one."
Yes.
So you would agree with him? So
Yes.
go ahead and be disobedient. Okay. So when is a good time to be disobedient? And when is not a good time to be disobedient? When should we listen and when we shouldn't listen? Do you agree with Buck? Should he be disobedient at that time? Or no? Tell us. Just your opinion. For the Francois, when he didn't want him to lead the dog sled. Yes or no? Is it okay to be disobedient against the society? Should we blindly follow anybody? So then explain that to me. Okay. So So let's start with this now. We'll just finish with this question, a couple more questions, and I want somebody who really is ready to answer this question. So this is a story about a dog, but actually is very relevant. Questions might be really about humans. How does this story portray a human world? It is about dogs now, right? It's about the dog, Buck. But how does the story relate to us, all of us here sitting, and anybody in the world?
Give her mic.
Why? I don't want her to start. I want somebody else.
Like as
Put
we
in Pranta. Leave it. Okay, Bino wants to start. Raba, I want you to talk. I'm say ready. Why?
as we see box life as like us, then like you said like how it's related, right? So it's related because like all what happened to Buck and their society and what happened to other dogs, it just happened in our society too, you know.
Just give me an example. Tell me. Give me one example. Let's say high school.
Like high school.
This is Alaska. High school is Alaska. What is going? Like you are the Buck. What are the other things? So where's Spitz? Where's Perrault? Or where's John Thornton? I mean, if it's that easier for you, I know. Whatever. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Tell us.
In school,
Yeah.
like there's like for example, there's people who was really talented, you know. There's people who was really not. I mean, there's people who's good and there's people which is not good.
Okay.
Their behavior like that. Just example like Spitz,
Like
you know.
Spitz, like a
Yeah,
bully,
and
like you
Buck
said.
as a like somebody who is good here. So it's kind of related, like where, like for example, Spitz, he wanted to rule, he wanted to rules, he wanted to fight and rules. Just like here, some people, they wanted to bully, you know, just because they think they're strong. And I think it's happened to like all school everywhere, you know, so, like what happened to this story. So that's how it's related. I guess.
So, can I ask, and that Bino doesn't need to be the one to answer, but like, so does Buck succeed as the king at the end of the story just because of his strength? Because he was really a big dog and he was strong.
He was smart. His knowledge.
Okay, so who wants to take on this one? Okay, Pranta. Or you, go ahead. Pranta. Pranta, you can do it. Go ahead.
Pranita.
Yeah, Pranita. Okay, go ahead.
What was the question?
Go ahead.
Question, please.
Was he survive and became the king of the wild because of his strength? Or-
I think he was more smart and like strength is like not all thing like he can do because like you need a smart brain or something like that.
Smart and brave, you said? Okay.
And like brain
Okay.
and like
How does this story relate to us? Okay, this is the one example he gave it to us. How does that, give me another example. How does the
Okay.
story relate to humans?
it's like
How does it relate to you?
Okay, me.
Yeah?
I think like I had like more reading problems and like the pronouncing words.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
like
That's fine.
after like all I have like gone through the like things, like read the book every time and like speaking English, it had like improved English of mine. So I think like Buck, like he didn't know anything at first, and after he had gone like through all of that like struggles, he knew like what is he like actually, and like I think that's it.
So you see yourself as a Buck
Yeah.
because you think you have gone through some challenges that you are getting better at that. Okay. Okay. So let's move to a next person. We haven't heard from Hamze for a while. So Hamze, how do you see this book related to you? Because you said you would like to be the king of the beginning of the book. So how does this book relate to us? To any human?
I don't think so. It's related.
It doesn't?
Yes,
Oh yeah, how?
of course.
Give me an example, anything from your life.
Example of anything.
Yeah, that relates to this story. How does this story relate to humans?